And the referee's still waiting. Now he blows the whistle. Kick is up, and it'll come down to Kyle Burt at about the 5, 10, straight up the middle, 15, 20, and that's about as far as he'll get. A good solid tackle there, right on the 20-yard line, so that's where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10. Last week, the Warriors, one of the big bonuses they had was their winning the field position battle. First and 10 at the 20. Warriors come out 2 receivers wide to each side. Yellow Jackets have a 4-3 defense. Tyler Melton looks at the sideline to make sure. Now he's going to move Sheldon Wilson out in the slot. So it's an empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left. Now Wilson goes in motion. Speed handoff to Wilson, going around the right side. 25, 30, 35, 40, down the sideline. Oh, he just stepped out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 39-yard line. A new wrinkle on the very first play. A 19-yard gain for Sheldon Wilson. As that's the first time this year they put him in the slot before. But they brought him across on the jet handoff to the left with those 3 receivers out there. And we've heard all year how good those receivers can block downfield, and they set up a nice wall. He just barely stepped out at the 39. 1st and 10 Warriors. This time it's 3 receivers to the right. They'll bring him in motion across. Make the same play, but before we can get it off, we're going to have, I'm afraid there'll be a procedure penalty on the Warriors. We're waiting for the referees to signal it. We have it's the illegal formation, I believe, on the Warriors. 5-yard penalty. First penalty of the ball game for either team. Now it's 1st and 15 for the Warriors.
Good ball, foul.
Tyler Melton comes over and talks to Coach Padley and gets a play. It would appear that was going to run that jet handoff to the other side, just the same as just while I go to the left, is going to run it to the right. Now Melton's in the backfield alone. Here comes Wilson in the handoff, and he fakes it. And Melton's going to keep right at the middle to 40, 45, 50 outside, down the sidelines. It's going to be a foot race, and he'll be down inside the 20-yard line. Let's see where they finally mark it, at right about the 15-yard line. Another huge play by Tyler Melton as they fake to Sheldon Wilson. That'll be a 46-yard gain for Tyler. Actually, they moved it back to almost the 16. Although a 45-yard gain. 2 plays, 2 1st and 10s, 1 penalty mixed in between. Now Melton hands off to Dearman on the jet handoff to the right, around the 10, the 5, jumps over 2 down to about the 2 or 3 yard line as Dearman went flying for the last 2 or 3 yards. And the one thing that the Warriors knew they had a little advantage of was speed, and they're definitely using that to their advantage right now. That's going to be a 1st and 10. And they're going to put it right inside the 3 yard line. Call that a 13-yard gain for Tanner Dearman. And now the Warriors come with their Wildcat package with Sheldon Wilson. Got the ball going straight off tackle. Now he cuts to the outside, and he's going to they're going to get a hold of his leg, and he will be taken down. Let's see where the forward progress is. It'll be a loss of 2 at the 5 yard line. 2nd and goal. As the Yellow Jackets were waiting on that one. There's nothing up the middle. Sheldon tried to slide to the outside, nothing there either. And the cornerback got a hold of Sheldon's ankle, and he could not break loose. So they go back to Melton at quarterback, Wilson at tailback, and we have a timeout by the Warriors to talk it over. We'll keep it here with 10:08 to go for the Warriors. It's 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. We'll talk about some of our great sponsors here. Now the Warriors go to their heavy package with 2 blockers in the backfield. Sheldon Wilson at the deep back. And Melton hands off to Wilson. He breaks inside. He'll get back down to the 3, maybe the 2 off the left side. See where they finally mark it. At the 2. 3-yard gain for Sheldon. 3rd and 2. The Warriors lined up that time with Dakota Boattown in the backfield. And they brought in another number, and I'm not sure it's going to be one of the other linemen, but they put number 45 on him in the back. Now we're back to Sheldon Wilson in the Wildcat. And Sheldon says something to Daniel Smith. Snap, going off the left side, cut, just dives for the end zone, and he's in! Touchdown! He made it look like he was going Daniel Smith's way. Went up and said something to Daniel, but he went behind Randy Martinez and Jeff Sato on that left side. Pauls Valley tried that. Actually, Pauls Valley did us a favor last week as they tried that on almost every kickoff. They had a little success early, but the Warriors got used to it. Now the Yellow Jackets come out, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, come out in a spread formation, and they throw a ball to nowhere. As quarterback evidently had a mixed signal with his slot man, and it actually came closer to being between Wesley Sato and Tanner Dearman than anybody. So incomplete first down. Bryce Height, quarterback, 6'2", 169. They stay with that formation, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And one of the Warriors are going to, well, let's see. When the Warriors jump, they're pointing at one of the interior linemen, and I think it is Kingfisher that jumped. So it'll be first penalty on a procedure penalty on Kingfisher. Be 2nd and 15. And Sheldon Wilson's going to come into the defense now for Galen Sato. Put a little more speed in the secondary. Early in the year, Sheldon didn't play much secondary, but the coaches have been salting him in little by little, getting him more experience back there. Now the quarterback drops back, and just as he threw, he got decked. And it was a pass was intended at about the 30 for Jared Hendricks, but pretty well covered. So it'll be 3rd and 15 for the Yellow Jackets. 9:01 to go here in the first period. This time they'll come with kind of a unique set with 3 receivers real tight off the left tackle. And they'll split people out, and they've got the man they want, and a tackle, I believe it depends on the mark. I think he's short on the first down, but they did get a reception. Kyle Burt, he'll be at the 31-yard line, so it's going to be about 3 or 4 yards short. That was number 22, Jake Blair, with the reception. Call it a 4th and 2, so it's a 13-yard gain. And apparently Kingfisher's going to go for, or try to punt the ball. The Warriors are being very careful with this. And now they're going to throw a pass and deflected away. Kyle Burt, is it an interception? Kyle Burt was back in deep punt formation. Kingfisher with a deep man, or his punter, rolled out like the rugby punt we see. Then he stood up and tried to throw it to a tall tight end. But Kyle Burt read it all the way from back in the punt return formation, came up and got an interception. So the Warriors have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. I think Kyle Burt continues to amaze me with his insights as far as to when he knows where the ball is going. Now the Warriors come out. They've got 3 receivers to the right. And I think the Warriors have to take another timeout. Little formation problem there. We'll keep it here with 8:15 to go in the first period. Talk about some more of our sponsors. 1st and 10. 3 receivers right. Wilson right up the middle. He breaks one tackle, and he'll get about to the 35 and carries 2 or 3 more Yellow Jackets with him. Let's see if they give him another yard or not. Right at the 35, a 6-yard gain for Sheldon. And right now, the Warrior quickness is paying off over the size of the Yellow Jackets, just inside the 34, the 35. 2nd and 4 for the Warriors. Now 2 receivers wide to each side. Melton Wilson in the backfield. To Wilson, and he's going to come around the right side. The Yellow Jackets are waiting, but he just dives forward. It gets down to the 32, gets close to that 1st and 10. Saw he was going down. Sheldon made a good extra effort there. Well, they're going to move it back to the 33, so that's where his knee hit. Give him a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2. And the Warriors, if you're just joining us, took the opening kickoff in 7 plays with 80 yards to score. Get that early lead. Going into the wind this period, they haven't attempted one in the air yet. Melton fakes to Wilson. Now, just as I say that, he's got a man in the flat, but it's a little short and deflected away by a Yellow Jacket. Tried to hit Kyle Bird at about the 25-yard line. And Landon Nault came across and knocked it away. So it's 4th and 2. And there's a lot of substitution, some bigger linemen in there on this. So it's almost like a goal line play. On the Warriors apparently are going to be going for it. As they go with their heavy package, they've got it leaned to the right. And I think the Yellow Jackets want a timeout. They do. Well, let's take it with them. With 6:51 to go, Warriors up 7-0. You're listening to Warrior Football on 98. As the ball is, the upfield end of the ball is right on the back of the 32. They'll need to get the 33. They'll need to get down right to the 31-yard line. The Warriors are overloading their right side. Melton and Wilson in the backfield. This is strength versus strength. Pitch back to Wilson. He cuts up the middle. He's got the... Well, he just fell forward for it. As great blocking. That was strength on strength. The Yellow Jackets knew where it was coming. The Warriors knew where they were going, and yet the Sheldon got down to the 30-yard line. A 3-yard gain. 1st and 10 Warriors. Their 4th 1st and 10 of the night. Right on the 30-yard line. The Warriors keep the ball. They've got the lead and the clock. This time Wilson's in a slot to the right, 3 receivers to the left. This is where they ran the jet handoff before. Here he comes across, and they give it to him. And he gets outside at the 25, 20, cuts outside down the sideline. Oh, he gets tackled. One leg takes him down near the, it'll be down at about this 18-yard line. 17-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. A 13-yard gain for Sheldon Wilson. Another 1st and 10 for the Warriors. And right now the Warriors' speed is in control of this ball game. 3 receivers to the right. This time Wilson's in the backfield. Melton fakes to Wilson. Tyler keeps up the middle, dances between 2 Yellow Jackets. He's going to be near it, driving forward down inside the 10, or inside the 15, near the 10, inside the 10 where they finally mark it. So a good run by Tyler Melton, faking to Sheldon Wilson, give him 8 yards on that carry. And the Warriors have a 2nd and 2 just inside the 10-yard line of the